In September 2025, I had $0 in revenue, and the book account I started in February that year that I was too scared to tell anyone about. 4 months later, I made $9,000 selling digital products, and I want to show you exactly how, while I'm updating my reading planner and preparing some content in the background. For context, hi, I'm Nisa, I work in tech as a QA engineer. Basically, I test apps as a contractor for a company in US, which means they can fire me at any given time with no warning. That always made me scared to lose my job and passionate to work on something on the side. That fear was actually my biggest motivator, and when your income feels unstable, you either freeze or you build something. Reading books was one of my hobbies and I really loved using Canva, so I decided to create my Instagram book account. But first, what is a book Instagram account? Similar to BookTube, it's a place where readers talk about books and give book recommendations, advice, and everything in between. And here's something important. You don't need specifically a Bookstagram to make money through digital products. Any hobby account, art account, foodie page, or any niche on Instagram can apply these principles. It just happens that one of my hobbies was reading, and that's what my niche started at. The principles and the numbers I'm sharing today work for literally any niche. Do you need thousands of followers to start making sales? Absolutely not. I started monetizing when I was under 5,000 followers, and I remember to this day how people discouraged me. Why would people buy your templates? Why would people care? But I decided to do it anyway. And here's the thing about doubt, it never fully goes away, you just get better at ignoring it. So let's get into the actual numbers, because that's why you're here. I'm going to break this down product by product so you can see exactly what worked, what didn't, and why. I have other YouTube videos where I talk about how to actually create them. Here I will just show you the income report. So I moved to Stanstore in September, but I was using Coffee Shop with Linktree in my bio in the beginning. After I made my first $200, I moved to Stanstore so I could also start gathering leads. Leads are basically emails gathered from people who subscribe to your freebies. When you have new products, you email them with offers and new releases and so on. Your email list is yours forever because Instagram can change its algorithm tomorrow, shadow ban you, or just disappear. My first product on Stanstore was my Canva templates, and I made $2,351 from it. I started selling them at $10 for the first month. I had 20 templates at that point, then 40, and now I have 80 templates and raised my prices to $15. So the reason templates work so well as a first product is because they solve an immediate visible problem. People open Instagram, stare at the black Canva page, and probably give up and they never post. Always ask yourself, what problem does this solve and how fast does it solve it? My product number 2, my Lightroom Presets, I made $267. Lightroom is an app for photography where you can change the look of your photos, making them more aesthetic and your grid more cohesive. That's basically it. And no, they are not sponsoring this video. I believe they weren't a success because my page isn't about photography itself, and you can still make it on Instagram without them. This was my first real lesson in product market fit. The product wasn't bad, the presets were genuinely good, but my audience didn't follow me for photography tips. They followed me for Bookstagram content, so when I tried to sell something outside of that, they didn't connect with it. Yes, I still use them to this day for my page and photos, but it's not a necessity like Canva templates, for example. This is when I created my third product, and that's my ebook on how to grow your Bookstagram and create Canva templates and digital products. It basically had everything I knew at that point. I made around $600 from it, but it didn't sell well by itself. Since I'm from the Balkans, I'm not used to paying for information and courses, so I didn't want to sell just that. So that's when I created my complete pack where I added basically everything. In the beginning I added my ebook, my templates, and my presets. And I made $3,351 just from the pack. At first I sold it at $35, then added my Notion content planner and raised the price to $45. Bundling everything together was honestly the best decision I made. People love feeling like they're getting a full system, not just random products. When you bundle, you're not just adding products together, you're creating a transformation. Someone buys the pack and feels like they have everything they need to actually start something. My product number 4, which I also added to my complete toolkit at one point, is my Notion content planner. I made $637 from it. This one surprised me the most, honestly. It was one of those simpler products I made, but people loved it because it solved a very specific problem. What do I post and when? And simple solution to specific problems will always sell, apparently. My product number 5 was my Canva crash course that sold for $274. This one was a bit different than my other products because it had resale rights, which means people could buy it and sell it further. And since it didn't make as well on its own, I added it in my pack as well. What I learned from this is that some products just work better as bonuses than standalone offers. Product number 6. In December, I released my reading planner. I have a separate YouTube video about how to create it and I link it down below. It's basically a planner that I made with Canva, and what I love about it is that you can create content with it on your iPad. I made $249 within the month of December, but fun fact, last week I revamped it. I realized that people on Instagram needed a planner to track their reading and plan their content. So this switch made me over $1,000 in 1 week. But more on that in another video. Sometimes the smallest pivot changes everything. I had the right product the whole time, I just hadn't positioned it correctly. The moment I showed people it could do 2 things instead of 1, the sales just came. And I also made 2 versions of my planner, one that can be resold and one that can be used just as a PDF. One is for $15 and the other one is for $27. So as you can see, if you add the resale rights to one of your products, it goes up in price. The rest of the income came from running Black Friday deals on my packs, which made me $1,254. I would run this at the end of the month usually before doing my taxes. I heard the business owner here on YouTube that you should do 2 offers a month and always give a reason for that offer. That's how you make sure you have high sales throughout the month. So my total on StanStore just from my digital products in 3 months, starting from September until the December, it's $9,178. I also made some brand deals here and there. I made around $2,000 from them. I also received free gifts and stuff like that. But since I'm from Romania, brands don't reach out as much, so I had to create something for myself. Also, I don't share these numbers to brag. Honestly, I just always loved watching these kind of videos myself. These were the kind of videos that motivated me and I knew it was possible to do it. And here is my advice if I were to start from scratch. Don't listen to people around you telling you it's not possible. To make any money from your Instagram or any passion, doesn't matter how many followers you have, your small community will support your dreams. The follower count conversion is the one that holds most people back the longest. I would also start an email list much faster. A good freebie is all you need to start, like a PDF, a checklist, a mini guide. Give people something valuable for free and they will happily give you their email in return. Then you have a direct line to them forever. I also invested a lot of money back into my passions. For example, I got an iPad so I could create content with it. I filmed content using my reading planner on my iPad. I also went to Edinburgh with my first $1,000 with my best friend and my mother, and I had the best time ever. That trip reminded me why I started doing this in the first place, and it's doing the things I love with the people I love. I think that's the part nobody talks about enough. The money is great, but what it actually buys you is moments and choices. The ability to say yes to things that matter, and that's the real goal. Even if you don't read, any passion or hobby you have, you can monetize it. If you love crocheting or gaming or cooking or fitness, anything really. Even if you don't have any hobbies and the only thing that you do is your 9 to 5, you can create a page where you talk about that. You can create an Instagram or TikTok or a YouTube account around anything. I suggest you pick one platform in the beginning as your main platform, so you get used to creating content and stay consistent. See what you like the most, like you like reels or carousels or long form videos, and you don't need to get viral, you just need to be consistent. And 2026 is the year to lock in and start this journey. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's this. You don't need everything to be perfect before you start. You just need a product, a platform, and the courage to post. And that's it. I'm just a girl from Romania who started with 10 physical books, definitely not an aesthetic house, and a passion for creating. And look where that went. I still can't believe it. And if this video helped you in any way, shape or form, consider subscribing, post things about growing and monetizing your social media, and I'd love to have you here. And see you in the next one.